if you don't know the guy on the other side of the world, love him anyway, because he's just like you. He has the same dreams, the same hopes and fears. It's one world, pal. We're all neighbors. Frank Sinatra.
All right, we got our African breakfast going.
African tea.
So we are about to have brunch. Well, lunch, I should say. And look at this amazing day it is here in Africa. So today is Saturday, actually. It's January the 1st, 2022. Here is Table Mountain. Cloud coverage up there, so you can't really probably see that much visibility, but I don't think it's gonna last today. And then we have Lion's Head Mountain over there. And look at this neighborhood. So we're actually gonna be looking at some houses over here because it may just be time to invest. So we're excited about what we're gonna be seeing today. We have Chef Emerald over here making a breakfast of champions. Chef, what are you making today?
Chef Bae, we're making
This is Chef Bae.
bacon, sausage, mushrooms, scrambled eggs. We're making it all toast. We got a fruit tray, we got a charcuterie board, we got it all. We popping.
What are you looking forward to today?
You know,
Everyone's skin looks amazing on this camera, by the way.
I need that camera every day of my life. I'm looking
Oh, it
forward
does have
to-
a beauty filter.
Fantastic.
Filter on. Good morning. What's the question?
I don't know if it's working. What are you most looking forward to today?
Enjoying a piece of Africa, relaxing by the pool, looking at the ocean, offering gratitude and spending it with my friends. So good.
Maya Angelou.
What Brandon said.
Ditto. What's up, guys? It's your boy, DJ Richie Scott, back on the Richie Scott in Real Life channel where we talk travel, lifestyle, and motivation. So today I'm gonna tell you about my trip to Cape Town, South Africa for New Year's 2021, 2022, okay? So I had been wanting to go back to Cape Town since 2014 when I went with about 30 people. Some of them I did not know. So I really didn't have the best time then with that group per se, but I enjoyed the trip overall, especially enough to go back again and use the same travel agency that I used the first time, which is Two Oceans Travel. I developed a relationship with Maurice, who owns Two Oceans Travel, and he specializes in trips to Africa, okay? So I will leave his information down in the description down below in case you're looking to go to South Africa, specifically Cape Town. He is the person to contact, okay? Now, the other thing that I will tell you is that for this particular trip, we did have a guide, and I am so grateful that we did, because to me, having a guide allows you to see things that maybe you would not have seen if you went on your own. And these are things that may be tourist destinations, but these were also places that were off the beaten path. Like, we went to several wine estates that I never would have thought of or never would have thought to look for because I just would not have known. So shout out to Ahmed and shout out to Maurice from Two Oceans Travel, who definitely hooked us up and made this the trip of a lifetime. Now, I will tell you, for this particular trip, we did travel British Airways. Okay, we are about to start our travel journey. Got the luggage. A lot of stuff right here, actually. And then got the easy foam runners, comfy. And we ready to go? We ready? I think this book bag, y'all, it's like bananas. You see how big it is? Like, I got a life in there. Actually, I got my life and your life in there. All right, so we are about to head to the airport and get this thing on the road. Privacy.
I love it. I love it. I love it. How you like your seat?
I love it. I can't wait to lay back and just chill and drink and just relax.
Oh yes. That's what I'm waiting for too. Oh, I'm gonna get my pillow out and get really comfortable. What are you drinking?
The champagne is crisp and good.
My view for the next 7 hours.
I like British Airways, except for it's really difficult to get in contact with their customer service due to the pandemic. So that is something that you may have to watch out for if you book with British Airways during this period of time. The other thing that I will tell you is that we booked business and first class with British Airways. We had a layover in London that was very, very long. So it was nice that we had booked through British Airways, specifically getting business class, because we were able to hang out in the lounge all day. And then we had another long layover in Johannesburg and we were able to go to the lounge there as well. I do like British Airways business class. The seats were very comfortable. You can recline all the way back. It kind of turns into a bed. The staff was very friendly. The food was really, really good. There were two different types of business class. One was definitely a little bit better than the other, but I would still suggest flying business class if you can for this type of long flight where you have this many layovers, because of the amenities that you get and the ability to kind of rest and feel relaxed and rested when you get to your destination. Now, we paid about $8,000 or so for those tickets, so I will tell you it is a bit expensive, but to me, I felt like it was worth it. I do not tell you this price to brag or anything like that. I'm just telling you because this is my experience and I want you guys to get the full experience and I want you guys to understand what it is that we paid for the trip, because you might want to do the same thing, right? And anything that I tell you on this channel is mostly for motivation, because as you guys know, if you've watched any of my other videos, I have lived on the other end of the financial spectrum and it wasn't very pretty, but I've been open and honest about that and transparent about it. So I'm going to be transparent about these experiences as well. Now, having gotten that out of the way, once we got to Cape Town, it was on and popping. Let me tell you something. Our guy came in, he picked us up in a very nice Sprinter van. It was perfect. Again, shout out to Ahmed and Maurice from Two Oceans Travel for hooking that up for us. We actually stayed in a hotel the first night because we were the first two to get there. We stayed in the Radisson Red, which is on the Victoria and Alfred waterfront. Hi, welcome to our crib at the Radisson Red Hotel. Come on in. So come on in. As you guys can see, we have like very nice wall art decor behind the bed, king size bed, nice little mirror station here, as you guys can see. Got a little night lights, a little place for our book bags, and then come on over here. And of course, we have a nice little welcome note. It says, hey, warm welcome to the number Red. Have a blast of a festive season with us. Ciao. So that was really, really nice. You don't see this a lot in hotels. Let me tell you something. This is the perfect little spot for you to stay in. The rooms were kind of small, but they were clean. I felt like I had a great view of the waterfront. and of Table Mountain, and it was perfect for us to just kind of be able to woosah a little bit after such a long trip. And we were able to like eat and explore the waterfront and all the stores. And honestly, I love the waterfront. There's a mall there, plenty of places to eat, gift shops. And for me, what I like to do is I like to get my gift shopping done like the first day of the trip, and that is what I did. So that was absolutely perfect. One of the best places to go there is the African Trading Post. You can find literally everything there, and we were able to take a little tour all the way up to the top and see all of the artwork. It is honestly one of my favorite places to go, and I think if you are looking for gifts, definitely head there to get your gifts, okay? So the next day, we actually were able to check into the villa. But before we did that, we took a little, ride around Camps Bay where the villa was. Camps Bay is honestly the perfect place to stay if you are going to visit Cape Town, especially if you are going to stay in a villa, like a house or something like that you're maybe renting on Airbnb. If you're gonna stay in a hotel, I would definitely suggest staying somewhere near the waterfront. But if you're gonna stay in a villa, Camps Bay is the place you wanna be because it's very near the beach. The beach is literally perfection. The water is cold, but for me, what I loved was that we were there in the summertime. So in the morning, it was kind of cool, but during the daytime, it was like lit. The sun was out, it was popping, and then at night, it got kind of chilly. It reminds me a bit of, I would say, Los Angeles in maybe early fall, if that could give you guys any sort of equivalent. You know what I'm saying? We checked into the villa. Let me tell you something. I did the doggone thing with this villa. I gotta tell you, if you've seen my earlier video about the issues that we had with Airbnb in terms of trying to cancel it, I'm actually glad we weren't able to cancel at this point because, to be quite honest with you, this villa was perfect. There were 4 bedrooms. There was an upper level pool in the back with its own little deck. There was this room, it had like its own stove and just a lounge area. To be quite honest with you, we really didn't even get to spend any time there because we were mostly out and about most of the days. But it was just nice to have there in case we wanted to lounge and kick it or whatever. In the back of the house was a perfect view of the back of Table Mountain. And then in the front of the house was the perfect view of the ocean. I will do a separate video with a house tour for this particular villa, and I will leave that information in the description of this particular video so that you guys, if you are looking to visit Cape Town, this may be a good option for you to visit this particular Airbnb, okay? Now, one of the things that we were able to do while we were there, because we did have a little bit of downtime before everybody arrived, because people arrived at different points. Our guide Ahmed took us to a couple of different wine estates that were literally not on the itinerary, but because we had some downtime, we were able to go and get chocolates, and we were able to purchase some wines, take them back to the house. I will tell you the truth, I'm not a wine person. I am more of a champagne person. You give me some champagne and it's a party all day, okay? We even got this little, there was this flavored vodka that I wish that I had brought home with me, and it was so good. It was caramel flavored, and I am just, oh my God, I just want some more. Now, the cool thing about this is we were there for New Year's. Like, that was really the goal for this trip, was to be in Cape Town for New Year's. So, listen, we were able to get a table at this place called Bungalow, which is right on the beach. So just imagine, like, good food, you're outside. So because we're outside and it's a pandemic, you feel a little bit safer. And the food that I mentioned was amazing to me, anyway. And so when the clock struck 12, we're out there celebrating, and it's just a good time. And it just felt amazing to start the new year off in Cape Town. One of the other highlights for me was going to Cape Point and the Cape of Good Hope. I had done that the first time I went, but let me tell you something. It is a day-long trip where you are riding through the mountains and on the side of cliffs. You're able to actually see baboons chilling and hanging on the side of the road. It is amazing. But when you get to Cape Point and you see the lighthouse and you realize that you are at the southernmost tip of Africa, it's breathtaking. It's breathtaking, and it is almost slightly overwhelming because you honestly can't believe what you're seeing. And you're up on this mountain and you can climb up the stairs and go higher and higher and higher. I'm gonna tell you guys, like, it's always one of my favorite days of visiting Cape Town, especially being able to be at the Cape of Good Hope and just to literally just know that you are at the end of a continent, the very peak of a continent, the motherland. So I'm gonna tell you guys, that is a must see if you are traveling to Cape Town. The drive is gorgeous. You will not regret this.
It's this view back here for me. It's insane.
Let the one do what it wants to do. All right, you ready? Oh yes, keep going. Shake that.
It's a photo op.
Give me leg. Over there on the rock. Of course, we can, Jeff.
After we eat.
Oh wait, y'all over here.
It's a C4. And this is what you get for a view. We visited Hout Bay. Now, I was not extremely excited when I discovered that that's what we were doing because I didn't really know anything about it, but it's a beach area. And let me tell you something, we took this boat ride out and we could see the seals and just looking at the mountains and just kind of sailing around and being on the water. It was probably
it just felt therapeutic to me. And then we went to this amazing seafood restaurant. Let me tell you something. Some of the best seafood you will ever have in your life, you are gonna get in Cape Town, okay? We ate at this seafood restaurant. It was just divine. Like outside, it was just awesome. The other thing that we did that I felt was really, really cool was, you know, Sunday Fun Day is pretty big here in the United States, but to spend Sunday Fun Day in Cape Town was kind of out of this world, okay? So the place that we went to for our Sunday Fun Day brunch was this outside sort of pavilion area where they have all of these shops and all of these restaurants in this little area. But the cool thing is they're making the food right there in front of you. It is, let me tell you something. It was amazing, okay? Amazing. And you can get your drinks. They have fresh coconuts that they're cutting out there. You can do some shopping, which I definitely did quite a lot of while I was there. And then from there, you know, we spent the day kind of just, you know, running around to different little spots here and there in Cape Town. And then that night, we had dinner at this restaurant. Let me tell you, if I am forgetting to list the names of these places, please forgive me. I will put them in the description link down below so that you guys can actually visit them when you are there. But when I tell you, it was, we got our faces painted while we were there, which I absolutely loved. We actually got to do an African dance. It was some challenge that was going around. I cannot remember the name of this song. If I remember it again, I will place it in the link in the description. Let me tell you something. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It just felt like one of those moments in a movie where there's like this huge dance sequence. And I'm thinking to myself, am I a part of this? So then you have people performing on stage where they really kind of give you a historical perspective of, you know, the different tribes of Africa. It was awesome. Not to mention the food. It was like samples of food that just kept coming out and it kept coming out. If you are able to go, this is not a place that you want to miss, okay? You cannot miss this place at all. The other thing that I absolutely loved that we did was, you know, we got to go to the top of Table Mountain. I had done this before, and you take a gondola up. I guess it's called a gondola. I forget what they call those things, but you take it up to the top. It takes about maybe 10 minutes to get up there. Not even 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes to get up there. And you get to the top and it looks nothing like what you would expect. It feels like you're actually on a different planet, to be honest with you. A planet like where you're high up in the sky and you're just walking on this sort of like rocky surface with all of these beautiful plants and flowers and things like that. And it's just, I gotta tell you, like, it just feels, again, the only way I can describe it is otherworldly. You just feel like you're not even on planet Earth, especially when you realize that you're up that high and you can see down. And it's just the perfect spot for photos. This is where you wanna come to get some of your most epic shots, okay?
Okay, so we made it to the top of the mountain.
We did it, Joe.
We did it, Joe. How do you feel? You feel like a king?
I feel like it's 2022 and I'm on the top of the world.
Okay, so I think we're done taking photos for a while. And we're gonna explore the top of Table Mountain. It is beautiful up here. There's so much like nature and wildlife up here that I feel like plants like this don't grow down below. And the cool thing is they have all these little paths up here, like cobblestone paths that you can actually walk through, I think almost the entire length of the mountain. So it's kind of like, it's like a nice little hike, if you will. But it's beautiful though, like look. I feel like I'm on Game of Thrones or something. I know. You know, like just walking through the countryside. What is it? let's see it. Right here. We're gonna go look at the flower that Arya wants to go take a picture of. Timothy's on a business call. Conducting business as bosses do. What flower is it? Ooh.
Isn't that cool?
It looks like, I don't know what it looks like.
Let me get one.
Huh? Yeah. It's a couple of them actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of them.
Behind me.
I wish I could literally give you guys an idea of how peaceful it is up here. And it's just like lots of boulders and rocks and plants and lizards.
Now, the other thing that I felt like was super amazing that we did was, of course, the safari. A couple of things you got to do when you go to Cape Town. You got to do Table Mountain, you got to go to some wine estates, and you got to do a safari. I think the safari that we went on was the Aquila Reserve, and I will tell you, it was absolutely beautiful. This is a place where you can actually go and stay, and it's about 2 hours outside of Cape Town, so it is quite a drive that you'll want to leave for early in the morning. I think we left about 4 in the morning that day, and we slept half of the way while we were going there. But they serve you breakfast, and then you head out for your safari, where we saw a rhinoceros, we saw zebras, we saw lions, we saw ostriches, hippos. Like, you just really get this sense that the world is so much bigger than what we actually realize. And you just get this appreciation for nature in general that I think you have to see it to believe it. You know what I'm saying? You absolutely have to see it to believe it.
Yeah, so the Aquila Private Game Reserve Safari and Spa. It's a spa and a resort, so you can actually stay in some of the housing that's kind of a little bit further on the land, or you can stay kind of in the hotel resort area. It was about 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours outside of Cape Town. Is it worth the trip? It's absolutely 100% worth the trip. We also saw elephants and giraffes, sorry. But yeah, it's 110% worth the trip. The entire safari was about 2 hours, but we also had breakfast. So it was awesome. We got up at about 4 o'clock in the morning. No, 3 o'clock in the morning. We got on the road at 4. We got here probably about 6:30. And from what I could remember, the drive was beautiful. And I don't know if you guys can see the mountain range behind me. But yeah, I mean, it's awesome. So if you are ever in Africa, or if you're ever in Cape Town, definitely come out here to the Aquila Private Game Reserve, because it was awesome. So now we're about to head back into the city, and we're probably gonna grab some lunch, do some shopping at the African market, and just enjoy the rest of our day. Oh, and we'll probably get a little bit of sleep, because I think most of us only slept for about 3 hours. So we're headed back. We are seated at Jules. What are we seeing?
The affogato is on the menu.
That's the
It is.
wait.
Oh, is it on the menu? It
Tell us
is
what it is.
typically a scoop of gelato or ice cream flavored. Is normally vanilla, and a shot of espresso is poured over it. It is enjoyed as a dessert.
Ooh.
Yes, it is delightful.
And what is
And
it called again?
It's called an affogato. It's right here. Affogato.
Affogato.
Yes.
Yeah. We're gonna tell her to send the product. We're gonna send the product.
All right, so.
Thank you so much. No problem.
Oh, sure.
Stop it.
Yes, thank you. Oh my God, that's so much. Okay, so we're here at Jules, and the cool thing is, for those of you guys who are wondering about the panorama, they have spray here provided for us. They also took our temperatures as we sat down.
And they actually spray you just about every place you go here. So there's that. The menu looks amazing. I really want this grilled octopus. I'm gonna get that. Grilled octopus right there. We want a charcuterie board. And I don't know what else I'm gonna get, but they got a lot of menu options for us. And then look at that view. It's the view for...
Thank you.
We're at a venue for lunch on a Monday.
Are we gonna let?
So we did that. Our next day we spent, again, at some wine estates. We also visited the place where Nelson Mandela went to after he left prison, which was it's such a moment. You feel like you are a part of history, or you feel like you're experiencing a part of history, and then having our guide, Ahmed, there to sort of describe what that experience is, it's just amazing, okay? It's absolutely amazing. The other thing that we were fortunate enough to do is to visit some of the settlements that are sort of scattered around Cape Town in different locations. And we were able to visit Longo, which was probably the oldest settlement, I believe, in Cape Town as well. And I gotta tell you, it was such a spiritual experience to be there and to walk through these halls where there's these artists who have left these great paintings that are for sale that you can purchase. And just to get a feel for the history of how Cape Town and South Africa came to be before apartheid and then after apartheid, and then understanding the historical context for the settlements, I'm gonna tell you, you will leave there a changed person. After we left the Airbnb, there were again just the two of us left. Everybody else had left for their flights. You know, we were able to go back and explore the Victoria and Alfred waterfront. We once again stayed at the Radisson Red in literally the same room. And we were able to have some downtime as we sort of settled into the notion that we had to come back to the United States, for which honestly, we did not want to leave. We actually visited a realtor while we were there to look at some property that's being developed, and I'm actually considering purchasing something there so that I can either invest there or have something for myself or, you know, our family to go back and visit and stay at. So I'm super excited about that possibility as well. And the other thing that we did was, once we left, we flew back British Airways, of course, and the accommodations on the flight was just, again, superb. To be quite honest with you, I have to tell you guys the truth. This was probably a perfect trip. I would not change a single thing. And if I could say anything to anyone who is watching this video, is to please visit South Africa. Please visit Cape Town. Please make it your life's mission to get there, because it is honestly life-changing and you will not regret it. That's all for this video. I will catch you guys in the next one.